Hello fam, you are welcome and welcome back. It's your sister Janine. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 dating advices that will help you avoid wasting your time and wasting your life. These advices will help you make the best use of your singlehood and your youth. The advice number 1 is to date with a goal. Before getting in a relationship, ask yourself this question. Why do I want to date? Why do I feel the need of getting in a relationship? Is it for fun? Do I just want to experiment how it feels to be in a relationship? Is it because you are feeling lonely and you just want somebody who can tell you that he or she loves you, she cares for you, or he cares for you? Is it because you are feeling left out? Maybe you see your friends all around you, they are in relationship, and you are like, why not me? Is it because you just want someone who can meet your needs? Ladies sometimes date because they just want a man who can pay their bills. Is it because you just want someone who can fulfill your physical needs, like your sexual needs? Guys sometimes look for a girl who can help them relieve themselves. Why do you want to pursue this relationship? You need to date with the right motive. If a relationship doesn't lead to marriage, then it's good to avoid it. If you feel like you are too young or it's too early for you to get married or to bring a wife, then it's definitely too early for you to get in a relationship. If you have any other reason that can make you not want to get married or to marry, then the same reason is enough to stop you from being in a relationship. When someone gets in a relationship unnecessarily or without a plan of getting married or bringing a wife, the same relationship is going to be an open door to the enemy. The devil can use this relationship to lead these two people in sin, such as sexual immorality and other harmful behaviors such as drug abuse, alcoholism, and many more. The devil can use this relationship to stop these people who are involved from pursuing and focusing on the things that can benefit them in life. And I don't even think the Lord is pleased with these kinds of relationships, which we just get into just for fun, because they always lead to sin. These relationships do not glorify the Father. So it's always good to avoid these relationships, both for the sake of your relationship with Jesus and for the sake of your well-being. The second advice is to know your boundaries. Set your standards and stick to them. If a man tells you that you need to sleep with him as a proof that you love him, ladies, I suppose that you know what you're supposed to answer. You have to refuse. And if this man insists and start telling you that then you don't love him just because you didn't accept, run away from this man. This is not the kind of relationship you want to be in. What this man is doing, he's trying to manipulate you and make you feel like you have nothing else to offer in this relationship other than your body. Run away from a man who tells you that you need to sleep with him so that he can see that you love him. You can definitely contribute something else in the relationship other than having sex. And if this man doesn't want to stay, let him go. Set your standards higher and don't compromise. Don't ever think that by giving yourself to that man, then he's going to stay. You can have sex 1,000,000 times with this man and he can still leave you. There is absolutely nothing you can do to make this man stay. So just let him go. Sex before marriage is an abomination to the Lord. And when two come together and have sexual intercourse, it means that these two people are married. Just because just because a man and a woman do not stay under one roof, just because they don't stay together, doesn't mean that these two people are not married to each other. These two people are married to each other the moment they had that sexual intercourse. The Bible says that a man shall leave his parents and go cling to his wife, and two shall become one. These two shall become one flesh once they have this sexual intercourse. And we need to understand that when a man and a woman come together and have sexual intercourse, there is always an exchange. A woman receives from the man and the man receives from the woman. This can be blessings, misfortunes, failures. These things can be easily transferred between a woman and a man. And that's why the devil is using sexual immorality so powerfully to bring the men, the children of God, down. Run away from sexual immorality. Imagine if you are sleeping with different men and a woman, and you'll be collecting all these misfortunes from these people because you don't know what someone is carrying, you don't know what someone is struggling with, and you are going to contact whatever they are struggling with. Think of this: people who struggle with sexual dreams, commonly known as spiritual spouses. These people, whatever they touch, it fails. These people cannot go far in life. Why? Because these evil spirits come and lay with them, and they take all their blessings. They take everything from them. As a result, these people keep on failing in life. They are rejected. They experience many downfalls in their lives. So sexual immorality is very dangerous. Having sex with anybody you meet is very dangerous. Run from it. Not only it steals from you, but also it's going to separate you from God. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's very dangerous. So stick to your standards. Tell your man that you are not going to be involved in sexual activities before marriage. If you are a man and a woman is forcing you to do these things, run away from that woman and tell her that you are not going to do this, because a lot can happen through sex. A lot can be transferred through sex. It's a lot which happens spiritually when two people are engaged in sexual activities. So flee from sexual immorality. Flee from sex before marriage. Flee from adultery. And you know, even the Bible, the only sin which allows a man to leave his wife is adultery. Why? Because a lot happens during adultery. A lot happens when a woman and a man are engaged in sexual intercourse. There is a lot which happens. There is the reason why the Lord tells us not to do these things, because a lot happens in the spiritual realm. And when you are involved in sexual intercourse with someone, the devil will be seeing, and he's like, yes, we saw an open door to oppress this person. We saw an open door to bring this person down. We saw an open door to bring misfortune and failure to this man of God. It's a lot which happens. Please don't do it. You are better than that. And the advice number 3 is to date someone with the same belief as yours. This is especially for those who are planning to get married. Don't let anybody convince you that we worship the same God, or we can get married and then you can keep your faith, I will keep mine. It's dangerous. That is a lie from the pit of hell. It's a lie from the devil. Unfortunately, many sisters are falling for this lie, and it really breaks my heart. The Bible says that two cannot walk together unless they agree, and two cannot journey together unless they are heading to the same destination. And the Bible clearly tells us that there is no partnership between what is holy and what is profane. So we shouldn't be unequally yoked. If a man or a woman doesn't believe in Jesus, leave that man alone. Leave that woman alone. Do not forsake Jesus. Do not deny Jesus because of marriage. Put Jesus before everything else. Unfortunately, even though you can deny Jesus now, you can deny Jesus in this life because of marriage, but you cannot escape God's wrath on Judgment Day. Do not put your salvation down because of marriage. Don't get married out of desperation. Get married because you want to do God's will, not because you are desperate. God has a better plan for you. God has a better wife, a better husband for you. You just have to trust Him. Don't put your salvation down. Don't deny Jesus and forsake Jesus because of marriage. Don't listen to those lies of the enemy. Faith plays a huge role in family. Marriage is something which has been initiated by God, and it has to be done between a daughter of God and a son of God. Don't get married because you are desperate. Don't get married and then forsake your soul. The Bible says that what does it profit a man to gain everything in the world and then lose his soul? You can get marriage and then forget Jesus in this life and you can still be fine. But at the end of the day, this life will come to the end and we have to face the Lord on Judgment Day. Put Jesus before everything else and don't let marriage take you away from Jesus, because Jesus is all you need. He is all you need for eternity. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this message was beneficial. I will meet you in the next video. And please remember to like this video and subscribe. Also share it so that many single brothers and sisters can learn from this message.